Sigma males are often misunderstood in their younger years. They live by their own rules, prefer solitude over crowds, and don't try to fit in. While many people spend their early life trying to impress others, the Sigma male takes a different path. And as he gets older, that path becomes even more clear. Time changes things. Experience changes people. And for the Sigma male, getting older doesn't mean slowing down. It means seeing life more clearly. He starts to understand what matters and what doesn't. He lets go of things that once bothered him. He sharpens his mindset. He becomes more of himself, not less. In his younger days, he might have been quiet because he didn't know how to express himself. But as he ages, he becomes quiet by choice. He doesn't speak unless he means it. He doesn't chase what the world says is important. Instead, he follows his own truth. This journey through life gives him a unique kind of wisdom. It's not about how much he knows, it's about what he's realized. These realizations don't come from books or lessons. They come from living, failing, trying again, and staying true to his core. Many people rush through life looking for the next big thing. Sigma males slow down. Not because they're lazy, but because they want meaning. They want depth. And over time, they learn how to find it. This video is about what Sigma males start to realize as the years go by. These aren't things they chase, they're truths they grow into. With each year, each challenge, and each quiet moment, they uncover more of who they really are. Realization number 1. The value of solitude. Sigma males have always needed time alone. It's how they reset. It's how they think clearly. But as they get older, they stop feeling the need to explain this to others. They stop apologizing for needing space. They realize that solitude isn't just helpful, it's necessary for their peace of mind. In their younger years, they may have felt pressure to be more social. Friends, family, or co-workers may have questioned their quiet nature. But age gives them clarity. They see that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means protecting their energy. They begin to structure their life around this solitude. They choose jobs, routines, and even relationships that give them breathing room. They learn to say no to events that drain them. They stop feeling guilty about skipping things that don't bring them joy. Their calendar becomes quieter, but their mind becomes sharper. Solitude becomes their best environment. It's where they make their biggest decisions. It's where they solve problems. It's where they connect with their thoughts and emotions. The world outside is loud, but the Sigma male finds strength in silence. This realization also helps them avoid toxic situations. They don't get pulled into drama because they've created space between themselves and chaos. They see the signs faster. They walk away sooner. They understand that peace is more valuable than being liked. As they get older, this habit of solitude also deepens their creativity. Whether they write, build, design, or simply think, their ideas grow stronger in quiet spaces. They aren't distracted by noise or outside pressure. They build from within. People around them start to notice something different. The Sigma male isn't just quiet anymore, he's focused. He's calm, and he seems to know things others don't. That comes from all the hours spent alone, thinking, learning, and listening to his own inner voice. Solitude becomes more than a preference. It becomes a way of life. Not because the Sigma male wants to be distant, but because he's learned that clarity comes from stillness. And as life moves faster for everyone else, he finds more value in slowing down. He doesn't need to explain it. He just lives it. And the older he gets, the more powerful that choice becomes. Realization number 2. Authenticity over approval. As Sigma males get older, they stop trying to fit into anyone's version of who they should be. In their younger years, they might have felt pressure to act a certain way or follow certain paths. But time teaches them something important. Being real matters more than being accepted. They no longer care about fitting in. They care about being true to themselves. They stop chasing approval from people who don't understand them. They stop explaining their choices. They realize that being misunderstood is better than being fake. This shift brings peace. When they were younger, they might have held back their opinions or stayed quiet to avoid judgment. Now they speak their truth. even if it's not popular. They don't seek arguments, but they won't hide either. Their words carry more weight because they come from a place of honesty. This honesty extends into every part of life. In work, they choose roles that match their values, not just the highest paycheck. In relationships, they show up as their true selves. They stop pretending to be more social, more emotional, or more agreeable than they really are. They realize that not everyone will like them, and that's okay. Approval fades, but being real lasts. They stop trying to impress. They focus on expressing who they truly are, without filters or masks. This kind of authenticity also helps them spot fake people quickly. They've learned the signs. They know when someone's trying too hard or hiding something. And instead of getting pulled in, they step back. They'd rather have one real friend than 10 fake ones. With age, they see that approval is a trap. The more you chase it, the more you lose yourself. Sigma males choose the opposite path. They let go of the need to be liked. And in doing that, they gain something better: respect. People start to trust them more, not because they're popular, but because they're consistent. They say what they mean. They mean what they say. And they never change just to fit in. This commitment to authenticity shapes their life in powerful ways. They build better relationships. They make smarter choices. And they live with a sense of calm that only comes from knowing they're being exactly who they're meant to be. Realization number 3. The importance of purpose. As Sigma males grow older, they stop chasing random goals. They start looking for purpose. In the past, they may have gone after things that seemed impressive, like money, status, or recognition. But with time, they begin to ask, why does this matter to me? They realize that not everything that looks good feels good. A high-paying job with no meaning feels empty. A flashy lifestyle without peace feels stressful. The Sigma male learns that success without purpose is a dead end. So he starts to focus on doing things that align with who he is. He wants his work to matter. He wants his time to feel useful. He wants to wake up and know that what he's doing has meaning beyond a paycheck or a title. This change doesn't happen overnight. It's built through quiet moments of reflection. The Sigma male thinks deeply about what he enjoys, what skills he has, and how he can make an impact. He stops asking what others expect and starts asking what feels true to him. This leads to shifts in career, hobbies, and even daily habits. He may leave a job that doesn't fit him. He may build something on his own. He may focus more on helping others, teaching, creating, or learning. Whatever the path, it has to feel right. Purpose becomes the filter for every decision. If something doesn't feel meaningful, he lets it go. If it drains him or takes him away from who he wants to be, he moves on. He values time too much to waste it on things that don't matter. This kind of thinking also brings long-term focus. The Sigma male starts thinking 5 years ahead, not just 5 days. He becomes more strategic, more selective, more grounded. He's not just doing what's popular. He's doing what fits. And even if others don't understand his choices, he stays firm. Because he knows what it's like to live without purpose, and he never wants to go back there. With each passing year, this focus on meaning makes him stronger, calmer, more fulfilled. He doesn't need more. He just needs the right things, and purpose helps him know what those are. Realization number 4, quality over quantity in relationships. When Sigma males are younger, they may try to stay connected to a wide circle of people. Friends from school, co-workers, social groups. They keep in touch, even if the bonds are weak. But as they get older, that changes fast. They begin to see the truth. Fewer, real connections matter more. They stop reaching out just to keep things alive. They let go of people who drain them. They stop trying to fix one-sided relationships. Instead, they focus on depth. They want relationships that are honest, calm, and based on real respect. This shift can be quiet. A Sigma male won't make a scene or explain himself. He just stops giving energy to the wrong people. He may respond less. He may show up less. And before long, his circle gets smaller, but stronger. He starts to value trust over time spent, loyalty over history, He doesn't care how long he's known someone. If that person doesn't respect his boundaries or support who he is becoming, the Sigma male steps away. This doesn't mean he becomes cold. It means he becomes clear. He realizes that emotional space is a form of peace, that one real conversation is worth more than 100 casual ones. He also becomes better at spotting who's genuine and who's fake. He knows how to read people. He pays attention to actions, not just words. And when someone shows they can be trusted, he gives them his loyalty, but never blindly. With age, he also learns to enjoy his own company more. He's not lonely without people. He's selective. If someone adds value to his life, he welcomes them. If not, he's fine walking alone. This shift in relationship style brings peace. There's less drama, fewer misunderstandings, more honesty. The people who stay in his life know he's real, and that's why they stay. For the Sigma male, relationships become like a garden. He waters the ones that grow. He cuts off the ones that choke the light. And in the end, he's left with a space that's healthy, strong, and built on truth. Realization number 5. Embracing continuous growth. Sigma males never stop learning. Even as they get older, they don't see themselves as finished. They know there's always more to explore, more to understand, more to improve. This mindset becomes stronger with age, not weaker. They realize that the world is always changing. Technology shifts. Ideas evolve. People grow. And instead of resisting that change, the Sigma male welcomes it. He sees growth as part of life, not a phase. He knows that staying still is the same as falling behind. He reads more, thinks more, tries new things. Not to prove anything, but to sharpen himself. His curiosity doesn't fade with age. If anything, it deepens. He starts asking bigger questions. He starts learning from different sources. And he applies those lessons to every part of life. He may go back to school. He may take on new challenges. He may travel or dive into new interests. He doesn't care if it's hard. He only cares if it makes him better. This hunger to grow also helps him stay mentally sharp. While others start to get stuck in old habits or old thinking, the Sigma male keeps moving. He doesn't let comfort trap him. He pushes himself quietly but consistently. He's not afraid to be a beginner. He's not afraid to fail. Because for him, growth isn't about looking smart. It's about becoming better. And each setback becomes a lesson. He also becomes more reflective. He starts to learn from his own patterns. He notices what triggers him, what inspires him, and what holds him back. And he uses that insight to make smarter choices. As he grows, his confidence deepens. Not because he knows everything, but because he's comfortable not knowing. He's not trying to impress anyone. He's focused on becoming the best version of himself. This commitment to growth becomes part of his identity. It shapes his habits, his relationships, his purpose. And it keeps him sharp no matter his age. The Sigma male understands that true strength isn't just physical, it's mental. And the mind only stays strong when it keeps moving forward. Realization number 6. The power of emotional intelligence. Sigma males grow sharper emotionally as they get older. In the past, they may have kept their emotions to themselves, not knowing how to deal with them. But with time and experience, they learn how to understand and manage their feelings, and it changes how they deal with everything in life. They start to see that being strong isn't about hiding emotions. It's about knowing when to express them and how to control them. They no longer react quickly. Instead, they pause, reflect, and choose how to respond. That kind of self-control makes them powerful in any situation. They also become better at reading other people. They notice tone, body language, and silence. They understand that sometimes what's not said says more than words. This makes them great listeners. They don't rush to judge. They take time to really understand where someone is coming from. This ability helps them avoid drama. When others are angry, the Sigma male stays calm. When others are emotional, he doesn't get pulled in. He sets the tone. His steady mindset becomes a source of peace, not only for himself but for those around him. They also stop taking things personally. They realize that most people are reacting from their own pain or confusion. So instead of fighting back, the Sigma male stays level. He doesn't get offended easily. He doesn't hold grudges. He moves forward without getting stuck in negativity. Over time, this emotional strength builds stronger relationships. People begin to trust him more, not because he talks a lot, but because he listens and responds with care. He gives honest feedback without being harsh. He supports others without losing himself. This growth doesn't happen overnight. It comes from facing hard moments, being alone with deep feelings, and choosing to understand them instead of running from them. But once the Sigma male builds this emotional intelligence, it becomes one of his greatest tools. He can't be manipulated. He can't be easily triggered. And he never lets emotions lead him into choices he'll regret. In a world full of fast emotions and quick reactions, the Sigma male becomes the opposite: calm, aware, and always in control of himself. Realization number 7. Legacy matters. As Sigma males grow older, their focus starts to shift. In their younger years, they care about freedom, growth, and success. But as time passes, something new takes the front seat: legacy. They begin to ask, what will I leave behind? This doesn't mean money or fame. It means impact. It means how they made people feel, how they lived their truth, what they created, protected, or stood for. Legacy becomes less about reputation and more about meaning. They look at their actions more closely. They think about the people they've influenced. They think about the ideas they've shared and the energy they've given out. They ask themselves if they've made the world around them better or worse. This shift in mindset changes how they spend their time. They no longer want short-term wins. They want long-term value. They want to build something that lasts, something that matters. It could be a message, a project, a relationship, or a habit that continues to grow after they're gone. They also become more generous with wisdom. Instead of keeping what they know to themselves, they begin to pass it on. They teach, they guide, they lead without needing the spotlight. They want to help others grow, even if it's just through a quiet example. At the same time, they start to remove things that don't match the legacy they want. They step away from people who bring negativity. They stop chasing things that waste their time. They become more focused, more careful, and more intentional. Legacy also helps them stay grounded. When life gets hard, they remind themselves that they're working for something bigger than comfort. They're living in a way that will echo, even if no one claps for it right now. For the Sigma male, legacy isn't about fame. It's about being remembered for truth, for strength, for peace, for living in a way that was real even when it was hard. And the older he gets, the more he realizes that this silent impact matters more than anything else he's ever achieved. Time changes everyone, but it shapes Sigma males in a very specific way. As they grow older, they don't just age, they evolve. They get quieter, but stronger. They speak less, but with more meaning. They may walk alone, but their path is filled with purpose. Each year brings new clarity. They no longer feel the need to prove anything. They know what they value. They know what brings peace. And they shape their life to reflect those truths. The things that once felt important, approval, attention, speed, noise, fade into the background. What rises instead is authenticity, growth, purpose, and peace. These values lead every step they take. They become more selective with their time, more honest with themselves, more focused on what truly matters. And because of that, they stand out, even when they're not trying to. The older Sigma male is a man who knows himself. He's seen enough. He's felt enough. And now he moves differently. He doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He builds. He protects. And he leaves behind more than just words. He leaves behind an example. That quiet power becomes a force. And for those who watch closely, it becomes something to learn from.